Oh, yeah, title. Right, good morning. Drive this freight train to Trier. As soon as the other trains pass you, you can depart. There shouldn't be any problem during this trip. It's lovely detail on the roof, I have to say. Don't need instrument lights, apparently. Again, no PZB or C4 on this one. Ed, am I considering any daytime streams? I'm considering them, but I'm not going to make any promises. Curb Noob, why so late? Because we got started really late. Yes, Serge, okay, I'm going to do the big sevens next time, definitely. So that's the train. I presume that's what we're going to follow. Good, power driver's working. Yeah, I'm going to take the streaming PC with me, this one, the fast one. And if we get, I will try and come up with a way of doing something. The problem is, streaming like this, I'm not being quiet, and I haven't got a room I can go in, I don't think. So I need to find a way of dealing with that, so that I'm not keeping everybody up. If I was still making this noise inside the house at 3 o'clock in the morning, I think people would be knocking on the door saying, "Go to bed." They'd probably be right. Curb Noob, you can always watch on YouTube, remember. You don't have to stay up. Feel like I need to do an MSTS shuffle here. Rob Allen got the big sevens, excellent. If you went to your mum's for Christmas and took your PC, your wife would kill you. Yeah, well, my wife takes her PC, so... Well, she did, till her PC got nicked, but... Streaming from the shed surrounded by trains. Well, that is the option that I'm looking at, to be honest. Is potentially actually sitting in the shed and doing the stream, because that's a separate building, which means it's... no one's going to get upset by noise because they won't hear it. The only problem is that my mum sleeps downstairs, and therefore I'd have to potentially disturb her to come in, but I'll figure something out. Soon as this train is out of the way, hopefully we can get moving. Ed, to be honest, if I did stream, it might well be I would do all my streams during the day. I mean, that's definitely another option, Ed, because I can also shut the door and lock it and stop other people coming in while I'm streaming and asking me silly questions like, you know, want a cup of tea? Which isn't a silly question, actually. It's a perfectly good question. People don't ask me that question enough. Cheers, Strat Shadow. Thanks for that advice. Streaming during Christmas dinner. Christmas morning, I think. And what I'll do is I'll tell the kids they can open the presents once I've finished streaming. I think that'll go down really nicely. Bit of power on, get the train moving. So 40 kilometers per hour at the moment. So coming through Mosel at the moment. Sorry, Koblenz. Shots Gaming. If I put a sign on the shed saying "Enter or knock, or you may cause a Nebworth Mark II," my son would be in and out all day. That's what he would do. He'd be sitting there going, "Did I make it go wrong, Dad?" I'd say, "No." He says, "Oh, I'll do it later then." He's very supportive of my streaming, particularly when it goes wrong. Loving the detail around the grass and so forth. It's very, very nice. Got an expect stop signal in front of us. Oh, it's just gone green. Good. So where are we starting here? Oh, okay, we're actually past the junction. We're starting just past the junction. And we are going to make our way down to wherever Cookham is. I don't know where Cookham is. It's 44 kilometres away, wherever it is. What's written on these bins? Solo. Is that a Star Wars reference? This grass is really nice. It stands up to a close inspection. Should really be paying attention to the signal, shouldn't I, really? 70 limit here. Twerog, I know it's a proper hard subject, but is it because you work for DTG you have trouble getting partnered? Basically, I can't even apply for partnership at the moment. It's a standard thing that a lot of companies have. Basically, about when you earn money outside of the company, and in this case, this is so closely related to what I do for a day job that it's potentially rife with conflict of interest and so forth. You know, it's particularly I've got a position of some power, and I could do things in the company which help benefit me here, and that's just really wrong. And so there's all sorts of complexities. Now I'm trying to work through some of those complexities and put down some guidelines, but it's at the moment that's the reason. But I'm hoping that we can work through it in the new year, and maybe I can get partnered. I'm not so worried about the money side of it because I don't really think it'll earn much money, but I think it's more I'd like to get the transcoding. I'd like to be seen. I think partner streams are simply seen as a bit more professional, even though I don't want to go professional, just be seen as a bit sort of more serious. That's more what I'm interested in. And on YouTube also there's some features like scheduled publishing which you can't use unless you're published, and that's a pain. That's a real pain. I make heavy use of the scheduled publishing. Charity streams. Next charity stream is likely to be around April time. So I'm going to do 2 charity streams a year, 24-hour charity streams. We just did one not that long ago for children in need, which was very successful. Raised just over £3,200. And we're going to do another one in April, and then we'll do another children in need one. So the idea is to sort of do them, find one sort of roughly 6 months in different. Every other year it'll be a Red Nose Day one in the middle one, but Red Nose Day is only every other year. So this coming one won't be Red Nose Day because there isn't one. Hi Irish Rail. Yeah, well, the emoticons will be another benefit. I've got a big list of potential emoticons, egg shots. What about pump car train lover? We did a big load of pump car stuff at the beginning of the stream. Simon Lund, yeah, the subscription stuff. If I got partnership, then there would be the subscriptions, which people could do or not do. That would be up to them. Any money I got in, I would then use towards getting equipment dedicated for the stream and so forth. And my advertising, try and get more people watching the stream. $44353. No, I'm off. I'm off work. I'm on my holiday, so I don't mind streaming. What are we hauling anyway? Oh, we're hauling these things as well. What time streaming? I'm streaming. This I think is my last thing that I'm going to do. Curb Noob. It's a 45-minute scenario. So, Hockey for Life. No, we're going to do the -7s tomorrow. At least you know P's are B and C for. I can come outside and be reasonably sure that the train's not going to come screeching to a halt. Ah, come on, seriously, thank you. Curb Noob, any news on Tears 2016? Yes, it's out. You can go and buy it. Oh, hello! BR189. I wonder what that was. From the side it looked like a little bit of an intercity coach. 90 limit coming up. Does these train sim have Easter eggs? Not generally, but there are a couple of little sort of surprisey bits. So, for example, Portsmouth Direct Line has got the milk float, which a lot of people don't realise. If you look on my YouTube channel, you can see I've run it a couple of times, at least one of which was successful. That's a good laugh. I'm not sure of any others. Right, got 100 limit now, 100 kilometers an hour. How is this route performance-wise, Ed? And what are you still doing here? Well, I mean, on my machine, I'm still getting 60 FPS, but this is a fast machine. I don't know how it would run on a lower spec machine. It's got some load stutter, probably because it's loading a lot of assets in. Certainly it's not running too badly on this machine at all. $90 limit coming up. What's the spec of this one? So this is Core i7 4790, 16 gig of RAM, hybrid drives, and a GeForce 970. $80 limits. $25 kilometers to go now. Right, this is Luf. Get back up to 110 shortly. Right. Some lovely detailed trackside. Yeah, Simon, I've been in the credits for years now. I've been in the credits for a lot of the versions of Trains as well. Not only the more recent ones, but certainly the first ones. $18.7 kilometers. Yeah, Ed's been in credit for a number of DLCs. In fact, didn't you work on TS 2016 as well, Ed? I've not made any trains, Rubku. I'm not really a 3D artist. In fact, I'm absolutely not a 3D artist. I'm more of a sort of a scripter, coder. So I did all of the scripting and coding for New York, New Haven. So all the signalling system, the in-cab safety systems, all that stuff I did. The slightly updated steam stuff that went in following the Western Lines of Scotland, every steam train after that. So I did all the steam stuff with the exception of the steam chest, which Chromatics did. Jonathan Morton. But I did the rest of it. That went into a lot of the steam engines after that. Flashing ditch lights, I did all of that stuff. and I helped the dev team do the Mars Light stuff on the F7. All the scripting on Game of Gnomes, I set out the basics for it, proved all the concepts, and then the scenario dev team took what I did and then implemented it in all the scenarios. So I've had my hand in quite a lot of different bits and pieces. I did put together, with the help of one of the other marketing artists, I put together the Southern Region 4 SIG and wrote the scenarios for that. And I also added, so in code-wise for the main game, I put track IR in, the enhanced rail driver support, water troughs coding I did. What else did I do? The thing where the gradient and the speed are done at the front of the train, not the back. That was one of the changes I did. Did I apply or was I headhunted? I was headhunted. But I'd already known Paul for a long time. So it was more just a case of, while we're having a conversation, why don't you come and work for us? That kind of thing. I mean, this isn't my background is not games development. My background is telecoms, and security, online banking security, that sort of thing is my background. I developed an online banking security system based on mobile phones with a couple of other people, and we had it deployed at Macquarie Bank in Australia. Which is why I went out to Australia. And that was pretty cool. Yes, I forgot the ability to call the coal mass. I did. Were the brown bags of cash involved? No. Maybe from my side, baby. Yes, please let me work on Train Sim for every day. This just doesn't seem right somehow, even now. It's like, so wait, I get to do this for a living? What? What? Speed reduction? Yeah, Adamil Gaming. I lived in Sydney for about 2.5 months in CBD. You know the Welsh church, is it? What used to be a Welsh church before it was converted. And I put that to I lived in one of the flats that was added into there. Do I spend a lot of time playing this at work? Not that much at the moment. I mean, if I'm going to do like one of the advanced streams, I'll probably spend 2 or 3 hours at work running the scenario beforehand. And similarly, if someone says, Matt, can you have a look at this, or can you help with this, then I'll spend some time on that. But most of my time is spent in Microsoft Word or Microsoft Office or Microsoft PowerPoint. Train fever. Did I ride on the double-decker trains? I can't remember. We did ride on one train while we were out there, but I can't remember what it was. I had other things on my mind at the time. It was one of the local trains that you get from, so where George Street is, and where the Welsh Church is, just near there is an underground train station, and it was one of the trains we caught from there. I think it was a double-decker. I might be wrong. I can't remember what the name of the station was now. It's quite a long time ago, though, to be fair. Crikey, it really was a long time ago. Oh my word. Be about 9 years ago? I don't know if it was St James Station train fever. I've got it in my head it begins with a W, but that might be just totally random. This is really nice. Let me pull up a Google Maps and see if I can remember. I guess it was either Martin Place. Was it Martin Place? Where's George Street? That's Pitt Street. George Street. Okay, there isn't a station where I thought there was one. Yeah, there isn't a station where I thought there was one. Like I said, I'm probably making it up. Ah, or I haven't found the right place. Wynyard. That was it, Wynyard. It did begin with a W. It was Wynyard. It wasn't on George Street, it was near George Street. Van Leeuwen, if you put the code in, and when it gets sorted out, it will just appear in your system. Cheers, Dean. Glad you're enjoying it. Where to? Oh, it was north. Went over the bridge. No, I honestly don't remember whether it was sort of St Leonard's or something like that. I don't remember how long the journey was. Like I said, this was 9 years ago. And I can't remember exactly what I had for breakfast, so... No, it wouldn't be Macquarie Park, because Macquarie I walked to. It was on the same side of the river. Oh, we've got a 100 limit coming up. Yeah, nice to see you here, Van Leeuwen. Oh, look at this building. That's really nice. Oops. Apparently there's some kind of an alarm. Sprang. I guess we passed a signal with an alarm on it. It does say in the manual, I think, or no, it's on UK Train Sim, that it's got a sort of an AWS style alarm system, like the earlier German stuff had. Right, that's better. Cheers, Train Fever. It's not strictly PZB, so it's UK. better. The brakes are coming off now. Cheers, Dad Picker. It's better, we're moving again. Right, now we need to pay attention to some signals, I think. So clearly something's going on. I do like the audio on this, very nice. Right, so I've got a reduced speed here, and it's at 660 kilometers an hour. Hence the reason for the PZB. Well, not PZB, the sort of AWS-y PZB stuff. Except it didn't drop me to 60. Maybe that was 6. No, 6 at the top should be. Oh, I don't apparently know what I'm doing anymore. Is this my sleep cap? Yeah. It's been on so long now that I think it's causing a funny pattern to appear on my head. Oh, that was the ZS3V, was it? Oh, I thought ZS3V was at the bottom, not the top. Obviously, I've got that wrong. Oh, we're coming into Cochem, that's why. Sitting there enjoying the scenery and didn't realise we just about finished the journey. So what I'll do, what does everyone think? Should I just do another quick run with the pump car before we finish tonight? Just for those that have just joined. Actually, no, there's no need to. If you go back into previous broadcasts, then as the first thing I covered on this stream, and you can just do it with that. Because I cover it in a lot more detail than I would if I did it again. We spent about... Alright, and everyone wants some pump car. Fine, we'll do pump car then. Cheers, Tarog. Thanks for joining us. And that's us at Cochem, which puts us there. So you've seen this bit of the route now. There's still all this lot to go. Well done, you did it! Woohoo! Right, okay, let me just... what I'll do is I'll do the same thing I did last time and do the my little free roam thing.